Is traditional marriage still relevant in today's society? Now there's a question that's been buzzing around like a bee in a bonnet. This isn't about dismissing the sanctity of marriage, but rather, it's about reevaluating what marriage means in our evolving world. You see, societal norms and expectations aren't static. They're constantly shifting like sands in a desert. Once upon a time, traditional marriage was a given. It was the expected path, the done thing. But times they are a-changing. Today, we're seeing a revolution in attitudes towards marriage, particularly among women. The concept of marriage is being reframed, rethought, and in some cases, even rejected. As we navigate through this era of change, it's essential to question, to challenge, and to understand the reasons behind this shift. So is traditional marriage still relevant in the 21st century? Or is it time to reconsider our notions of what marriage should be? Stay with us as we delve into this fascinating topic. Hear from women who have reconsidered traditional marriage. Let's start with Elena, a successful entrepreneur. She explains, "I've always been fiercely independent. Traditional marriage, with its expectations of dependency, just doesn't resonate with me. I prefer a partnership where both parties are equal and independent." Next, we have Jessica, a mother of two. She shares, "After my divorce, I realized that I didn't need to be married to be a good mother. My children and I are doing just fine on our own. I've found happiness and fulfillment outside the confines of marriage." Then there's Michelle, a globe-trotting journalist. She says, "My work takes me all over the world. I love the freedom to explore and grow, and I don't want to compromise that for anyone. A traditional marriage just doesn't fit into my life right now." We also hear from Lisa, a university professor. She argues, "Marriage is an institution steeped in patriarchal norms. I've always been uncomfortable with the idea of being someone's wife, with all the expectations that come with that role. I believe in love and commitment, but not in the sense of ownership or control." Lastly, let's hear from Samantha, a social activist. She tells us, "I've seen firsthand the struggles of women trapped in unhappy marriages. It's made me question the institution of marriage itself. I believe in partnerships based on mutual respect and equality, not societal norms." Each of these women brings a unique perspective to the table. They're not rejecting love or relationships, but rather, they're redefining them on their own terms. They're choosing to live their lives according to their own rules, not those dictated by centuries-old traditions. Their experiences are not isolated. Across the globe, countless women are reconsidering traditional marriage, driven by a desire for independence, equality, and personal fulfillment. As you can see, there's a myriad of reasons driving this shift in perspective. Changes in societal norms and expectations have led to a shift in the perception of traditional marriage. As we journey through the tapestry of time, we see that the landscape of society is never stagnant. It evolves, it shifts, and it redefines itself. One of the most profound shifts we've experienced in recent decades is the increased recognition of women's rights. Women have stood up, spoken out, and claimed their rightful place in society. This has had a profound influence on how we perceive traditional marriage. Imagine a time when women were expected to be solely homemakers, their aspirations limited within the confines of the domestic sphere. But now, women are CEOs, astronauts, leaders, and so much more. They are not only dreaming big, but also achieving those dreams. This newfound independence and empowerment have caused many women to reconsider the traditional concept of marriage, which often placed them in a secondary role. On the flip side, we've seen a significant rise in gender equality. Men and women are sharing responsibilities, both in the professional and domestic arenas. The outdated notion of gender roles is gradually being replaced by shared roles. This shift has led to a reevaluation of traditional marriage, which often entailed rigid roles for both partners. Then we have financial independence, a game changer in the truest sense. Today, women are not only earning their own bread but also building their own empires. This financial independence gives women the freedom to make choices that were not available to them in the past. It allows them to choose who they want to be and how they want to live their lives, including their perspective on marriage. In essence, these societal changes have created a ripple effect, causing many women to reconsider traditional marriage. They are redefining what marriage means to them, how it fits into their lives, and what they want from it. These societal changes have undeniably influenced the way we perceive traditional marriage. The reconsideration of traditional marriage has significant implications on both individual and societal levels. Let's start by exploring the impact on individual relationships. As more and more women question the necessity of traditional marriage, relationships are evolving. They are becoming more flexible and diverse. Women and men are finding new, unique ways to express their love and commitment that do not necessarily involve a wedding ceremony or a marriage certificate. This shift is allowing relationships to be more authentic, as they are less bound by societal expectations and norms. Now, let's consider the effects on family structures. As the definition of marriage changes, so does the concept of family. We're seeing a rise in non-traditional families, including single-parent households, cohabiting couples, and families with same-sex parents. This diversity in family structures reflects the evolving perspectives on marriage and challenges the traditional notion of what a family should look like. These changes are not just impacting individuals and families, they are reshaping societal norms. The reconsideration of traditional marriage is challenging long-held beliefs and expectations. As women push for more freedom and flexibility in their relationships, society is forced to reassess and redefine what is considered normal or acceptable. This shift is encouraging more open dialogues and fostering greater acceptance of non-traditional relationships and family structures. But it's important to note that these changes also come with challenges. As norms and expectations shift, some individuals may feel uncertain or conflicted. There can be a sense of loss or confusion as old structures and traditions are questioned. However, this discomfort is often a necessary part of growth and progress. It's through questioning and challenging the status quo that society evolves and becomes more inclusive and understanding. In conclusion, the reconsideration of traditional marriage is leading to significant changes on an individual and societal level. Relationships are becoming more diverse and authentic, family structures are evolving, and societal norms are being challenged and redefined. The shift in perspective is leading to profound changes in our society. What does the future hold for traditional marriage? As we gaze into the crystal ball of the future, it's clear that the concept of traditional marriage is not immune to the winds of change. The societal shifts we're witnessing today are likely to continue molding our perception of this age-old institution. The trend towards individualism and self-fulfillment is expected to persist, influencing how we approach relationships, including marriage. As more women continue to embrace their independence and prioritize personal growth, the idea of marriage as a mandatory life milestone may continue to fade. Instead, it could increasingly be viewed as a choice, not an obligation. The influence of evolving women's perspectives cannot be overstated. The empowered woman of tomorrow, much like her counterpart today, will likely continue challenging traditional norms that don't serve her. She might redefine marriage on her own terms, crafting a partnership that respects her autonomy, nurtures her ambitions, and complements her lifestyle. Furthermore, the ongoing dialogue about gender roles and equality is bound to shape the future of marriage. As we strive for a more egalitarian society, traditional marriages might evolve into partnerships where domestic responsibilities and career ambitions are shared more equitably. Technology, too, will play a role. Virtual connectivity has already changed the way we form and nurture relationships. In the future, it might also redefine our understanding of commitment and companionship, adding a new layer of complexity to traditional marriage. Of course, these trends do not spell the end of traditional marriage. Instead, they signal a transformation. Future marriages may still value commitment, companionship, and love, but the road to these could look different. They could be based more on a mutual choice to journey together, rather than societal pressure to tie the knot. In essence, the future of traditional marriage seems to be on a path of continuous evolution. It's a fascinating journey, where the destination is not a fixed point, but a spectrum of possibilities that reflect our ever-evolving societal values and individual aspirations. The future of traditional marriage seems to be on a path of continuous evolution. To sum up, the relevance of traditional marriage in today's society is being reconsidered. It's clear that the voices of modern women are shaping this change, challenging the norms and redefining relationships. Women today are vocal about their needs, dreams, and aspirations, and these extend beyond the conventional confines of traditional marriage. The societal landscape isn't static, it's dynamic, evolving and adapting to these changing perspectives. The implications are profound, impacting not just the institution of marriage, but also our norms, our laws, and our societal structures. It's a ripple effect that is causing waves across society. Looking ahead, the future is not set in stone. It's a canvas yet to be painted, a story yet to be written. Our collective perspectives will shape this narrative. It's an exciting time, a time of transformation, of growth, and of change. As society continues to evolve, so too will our understanding and expectations of traditional marriage.